All new here on the WHS 11 night team. A Kentucky lawmaker filed a bill in June that would ban transgender female students from participating in school sports. It comes amid a record number of similar bills focusing on transgender youth nationwide. Focus Team investigative reporter Paula Vasan explains why transgender people now say they feel targeted and under attack.
It's on these walls 23-year-old Kat Runner feels most alive, most accepted, and most himself.
There's a fluidity and a body coordination that comes very naturally to me.
Climbing isn't just a hobby, it's self-care.
I feel like I belong somewhere.
It's the same feeling he had back in middle school.
I was playing field hockey and I was playing basketball.
When sports helped him connect with others.
It was a way to hang out with my friends.
Getting him through the most difficult time in his life.
Then when I was 16, I started testosterone and had top surgery.
Because his gender identity differed from the sex he was assigned at birth. He documented his experience on YouTube.
It's February 15th, 2015.
This is the moment he saw himself after a double mastectomy to appear more masculine.
Looks really awesome.
I've never been comfortable necessarily identifying as a girl.
The surgery, he says, was a major step in his transition as a transgender man, the person he always knew himself to be.
Transitioning for me was a major relief.
A relief to be himself on the basketball court and anywhere else. But he says new legislation filed in Kentucky would prevent so many others like him from embracing who they are. Kentucky State Representative Ryan Dotson is the man behind Bill Request 154.
My goal is to make sure that biological females compete against other biological females.
He calls it the Save Women's Sports Bill. If passed, it would prohibit transgender women from playing sports in elementary through high schools and colleges in Kentucky that receive state funding. While the bill wouldn't have applied to Runner, a transgender man, he still feels stigmatized.
What's your reaction to people in the transgender community who call this legislation discriminatory?
Intent is just to make sure that we keep a level playing field for our female athletes.
It's unnecessary.
Louisville doctor Eli Pendleton says the legislation puts politics over people.
It tells trans folk in the state that they're not welcome.
It's an issue that's personal. His brother is transgender. As a doctor, he's made it his mission to help others who have faced the same struggle with their gender identity.
I specialize in LGBTQ health.
He says there's not enough research to determine physical differences in sports between transgender young women and those who are cisgender, whose gender identity match their sex assigned at birth.
We know for a fact that kids playing sports is a good thing for everybody.
But a recent study revealed trans women have an athletic edge over their cisgender peers, even after a year on hormone therapy. The lead author, however, warned against using his findings to enforce bans in recreational and school sports. Yet many lawmakers are doing just that, saying physical differences are a reality. A record number of anti-trans bills relating to school sports were filed in 36 states in 2021. 8 states have made it law, according to a nonprofit that tracks the numbers. Emily Gao calls the legislation a fight for fairness. She's from the Heritage Foundation, a conservative advocacy group.
And we provide research and education to policymakers.
She says recent legislation focused on transgender students is about protecting women and girls' sports.
It creates so much unfairness when you allow males who are bigger, stronger, and faster and have an advantage because of testosterone to compete in women and girls' sports.
She cites a lawsuit filed by Selena Soul, a Connecticut high school athlete. Here she is, second from the left. Her attorney says this is one of multiple races where she was defeated by a transgender female. But Kat Runner counters the concern transgender females will dominate school sports is overblown. About 0.7% of kids ages 13 to 17 identify as transgender. Runner says an even smaller percent participate in school sports.
There's this whole idea that they're dominating sports, which they are not.
And he says legislation barring them from school sports would do more harm than good, removing an outlet that for Runner was life-changing.
If you separate them into their own separate category, it's saying look, you can play sports, but you have to play with your own kind.
I asked Kentucky lawmaker Ryan Dotson whether there are any transgender women and girls competing in school sports in Kentucky. He couldn't name a single one. LGBTQ advocates say this legislation aimed at barring transgender women and girls from school sports is a solution to a problem that doesn't exist. Others say it's about making sure student athletes compete on a level playing field. For Focus, I'm Paula Vasan.